Hello, this is Ryan with the Linkosaurus training team, and in this video, we're going to do a quick overview of the Facebook reviews tab. So under reviews, we just covered Google, but now we're going to cover Facebook. And so here at first, you can see there's 509 reviews listed. And so we're going to go in here, and they're all broken out, very similar to Google. And so we have inbox, awaiting approval, replied, and then we have some replied templates. Things are a little bit different compared to Google. And so this inbox is going to show you the total number of reviews that you have for Facebook. All of them will be listed. And then under awaiting, you're going to have all of them here. And these are all the ones that are currently awaiting to be replied to. Just like with Google, you can come up here and sort these by different groups, by locations, and you have two options. You can look at just recommended or don't recommend. So with Facebook, they don't have star ratings. They have recommended or do not recommend, and that's basically a thumbs up or thumbs down, which would be this category right here. You can also sort individual locations over here. Most of these tabs are sortable, so you can just by clicking here, if you had all selected, you can come up here and search all the best ones and all the worst ones. You can also scroll over here and to look at your status. And so you can sort these up or down to figure out if they're awaiting or not. If it says new review, that just means that you haven't come over here and clicked to view it. So you'll notice here when we go to click to view, and then it goes away, you'll notice that purple icon or that tag is now gone. That just basically lets you know if you have multiple people accessing this account that this review has been read by somebody, but it's still in awaiting and it is needing to have some sort of action. Facebook is a little bit different than Google, to where this feature allows you to come in here and let's say you want to reply. This is kind of like a comment. And so what'll happen is you can reply as the page, and you can use a template. There's a couple of templates here. We'll go over in just a sec. When you reply and send that, it will automatically move it into the replied tab. You can also come over here and click report, and that will take you directly to the Facebook page. So make sure if you're using this from your desktop, you are logged in under your account. And then at that point in time, you can flag that for removal and follow the processes that Facebook has if you believe this type of review violates Facebook's terms, like foul language or abusive or something that just is not really appropriate. You also have the option of, let's just say you have already reviewed this and you've given them some feedback. You've commented on this comment or commented on this review, and you feel the conversation is done. You can then click move to replied, and it will move it over here into the replied tab. This is a little bit different than with Google, to where you have the opportunity to reply to a review, but the user can't reply back to you. It's not necessarily a conversation. It's they've reviewed you and you can reply back, and then it's done. With this feature, this is almost like a way to have a conversation if the Facebook person wants to have a conversation with you. And so what will happen is you can give a review, and then it'll get moved over here into the reply section. Now let's just say somebody decides to go and make a comment. So here you can say, thanks for the recommend. And let's just say this person saw that and made a comment back on your comment and said, hey, no problem, thanks again, or have a great day, or keep up the good work. What will happen is Linkosaurus will grab that comment and bring it back down here, and you'll sort of see a chain of reaction. You'll see a chain of comments that will start to occur. And you can continue to do that. You can use this emoji feature if you want to kind of make it fun. And that will keep happening. And so what will happen is every time this user makes a comment, it will move them back up into the awaiting tab, which always lets you know there's something waiting on you to either view or comment, just letting you know this conversation has kind of been reactivated. And then you can go back and do stuff. And so in a situation where you might have more than one location, or you have a lot of locations, even if you only have one, all your stuff is logged right here. It keeps it nice, neat, and organized. You can also do bulk comments. And so especially if you are a new user and you have a lot of comments, and let's just say they're old, you can go in here and select bulk comments. You have options of going all the way up to 1,000 reviews. So if you've had some Facebook pages for a very long time and let's just say you haven't had a chance to get back in touch with them, you can come in here and make massive bulk reply comments. Or you can come through and just select individual ones that you want. A best practice by a lot of Linkosaurus users is they come in here and they'll say, well, I just want to focus on folks that have given us a thumbs up. They've given us a recommend. And you can go in here and then you can select, let's just say all of them. And you can do a bulk comment. In this situation, you're going to see all the locations. So let's just assume you have, you might have hundreds or thousands. It'll tell you how many are included in this review. Now, to make sure we are not violating Facebook's, let's just call it spam policy, anytime you have more than 10 active reviews, you will only be replying to those first 10. So let's just say you had 15. You go to do a bulk reply because you just have hundreds or thousands here that you select. Linkosaurus will let you know, well, we're going to reply with this comment to these first 10. And let's just say you had 15 over here and the remaining 5 are not going to get this comment. Because Facebook wants you to not be using the same comment for a whole bunch of different reviews on the exact same page. And so in that situation, you would just submit this, and then those 5 would still be here and awaiting, and then you would go and send a different review that's totally different, or the comment's totally different, to make sure you're not violating Facebook's ad policy. And so you can come up here and you're limited to about 275 characters. In this particular bulk reply option, again, you can use the emojis. You can use a template. Most users don't use the template too much here if they're submitting a lot, just because you want to make sure you're not using the same message over and over again, but you have that at your discretion. And you come down here and you would hit send. If by chance you have a situation where you do receive a notification, it will appear up here letting you know something wasn't right, or Facebook said based on your comment or too many people got it in too fast a period of time. Not a big deal. Just follow the prompts that are up here and you can get that review sent off. There are a couple situations where sometimes Facebook wants you to reply to a review manually. And so you can do that. When I say manually, that is straight from Facebook. And so here you would actually go to the review on Facebook and reply to the review directly on Facebook. And you would just click here and it will take you right to this review live. Just be aware that in that situation, if you do not have admin access, full admin access to that Facebook fan page, using this technique, you will be replying as your personal profile. And so you have the option to do that, but if you do not have full admin access and you were using Linkosaurus because somebody else gave you access, then what you can do is just, and if you want to get it out of the awaiting tab, you would just come over here and hit move to replied, and it would come down here. And that will clean up your replied tab. You can also come down here to the replied templates. And if you want to create some new templates for yourself, your organization, you can come in here and do that. And you can also edit these current ones that are already in here and save. And again, you have a recommended version and a don't recommended version. And then you can add, as this account, a whole bunch of ones have been added to that don't recommend. And you can always delete these if you wish. If you have any additional questions about the Facebook Reviews tab, you can always come down here to the help section and contact Help Support, and a Linkosaurus team member will be with you as soon as possible. And as always, link and soar with us.